excited for you to hear my recital, even though it's in like 20 something days and I'm really freaking out about it. It's not like I'm not prepared or anything, but like there's something to be said about like just like looking at it from a long-term or short-term perspective, and it's kind of scary from both. And like I want people to think that like I'm a great musician now, and then like I want people in the future to see this and be like, wow, he was a good musician then. But like you're in doing that, you're forgetting about like just making good music for the people who are watching. And sometimes it doesn't matter like one mistake that you make if you're still getting the point across. So. My name is Richard Brazil. I'm 20 years old. I'm a classical saxophonist, and I'm from Madison, Alabama.
You guys want to go the secret way? Let's go the secret way.
I started playing when I was 11. My mom actually initially wanted me to do it, and I was actually I really didn't want to. I didn't want to get into it, and then like now that I'm in, I can't stop. It gets in your head like one performance, like one bad performance is gonna be the end of your career or something, or like, oh God, if I can't use these for like my auditions like for grad school, then like what am I gonna do? I don't know, for me it's sometimes easier to think like it's just music than like stress out about like the whole politics.
Well, I mean it's hard because, you know, it's like supposed to be such like an intrinsic endeavor where like, oh yeah, I'm competing with myself, I'm trying to make myself better, but the whole music system is based around
like ranking.
Comparing yourself to other people.
Do you want to try doing a run through here first? That's always good for this piece, since the endurance is such a factor.
I was a very musical kid, and I was a very loud kid. And my sister Nancy was very musical, and my parents made us take piano lessons. I remember saying like, I want to be a music major, and my dad was like, are you sure? Like, he's like, I want you to be able to support yourself. I want to support myself, but I also want to be a musician. But I mean, like once I got here, the fact that I was happy was like the key to them being supportive, because they just wanted me to be happy.
With a piece like this, I mean, it's just, you know, it requires so much coordination because the notes are awkward, you're doing these licks. But, you know, once you get to know the notes, you can do it, you can circular breathe more often. And sometimes puff your cheeks when you're not circular breathing to let air out, to stabilize the embouchure between.
That like never ends. I disagree. Like even amongst my 3 teachers that I've studied with, like they all have completely different ideas.
I know.
Like when it comes to playing, and like they all have so much merit in being right, but like they're all different. And
so you have to come up with your own like.
Yeah, but it's and then it's hard because you go in with your own ideas, and they're like, okay, yeah, that's good, but let's try it a little bit this way, and then it's like more leaning into their school of thought, and you're like, I want to do my own thing, Mom, I want to do my own thing.
Right now I have, you know, a part-time job, well, a full-time job, and so when I'm not doing ensembles or in classes, I'm doing that. So, you know, my weekdays usually start at about 7 a.m. Or, you know, I usually have to be at the music school before 8 a.m. Do a class, practice a little bit, eat lunch or something, practice a little more, do an ensemble, do another ensemble, then maybe eat dinner, then like go home or maybe practice again, and then go home around 11:30 to 12ish, and then try and put homework in from there. And then weekends will usually be either, you know, working in the morning and then going to concerts on the evenings, or performing in concerts, you know, for my classes. Having a good performance, at least to me, means that I'm just like feeling it, and that like I'm really in the moment, and that I'm in tune with what the director wants, and I can see whether or not the director is enjoying his or herself, and if I'm enjoying myself, and if people around me are like in it together. I'm trying to make it more of like a fun event. I don't want it to be serious or like, I mean, yes, classical music does have like this aura about it that has to be like, has to be good, it has to be prestigious, and you have to have this like character about yourself. But like, especially the music that I'm playing, a lot of it's very intimate. So I want people to feel comfortable to feel that experience with me. I want people to play along with me, essentially, because that's the only way a lot of the music will like work, you know?
Yeah.
Sustain while maintaining the same dynamic without rubato. But I don't know. I think it needs, you know, the music needs. Maybe I'm breaking the rule.
It's gonna be like an hour and a half long. My teacher doesn't believe in intermission, so I'll be on the stage the entire time, not going back or anything. The music for the piano is so difficult that like I had to hire like someone special to do it because it's really difficult music. But I think it's gonna be fun. It's 9 o'clock at night, but I think it's like a perfect time for it. I was talking to my dad. I remember freshman year I was having a really tough time and I was considering changing my major. My dad was like, Richard, and it sounded a lot less cheesy at the time, so bear with me because I was, you know, pretty emotional. But he said that life is like a river. You can try and fight against the currents, but it's going to end up taking you whatever way that you want to go. So you might as well just enjoy the ride. And that resonated with me because, you know, for a long time, like I was really frustrated with music or something, but like in trying to take other classes or pursue other interests, it made me way more sad than I was being frustrated with music. And then I realized that like doing what you love doesn't mean always being happy, you know, and being in love doesn't mean that you're always happy either. So, you know, maybe music can be sad for me and happy for me. And, you know, it's not just an outlet, it's now my entire life.